Hi, I just want to state my name just in case since I'm not in a practicum group for this video, but my name is Mallory Halford. Um, Thank you for letting me turn this in separately. I know I talked to my group 2 days before I left for the farm and let them know that I was going and I would have to probably join in on my car ride back, but it kind of took longer than all expected, so um, ended up being out there with no service. So thank you for letting me turn in my own video. So today we are talking about geometry, and I answered the questions. So the first effective mathematics teaching practice I chose for the first video was how she supported productive struggle in learning. The teacher used questions to prompt answers, but before she did that, she laid out a question more as a action. So make a square, make a rectangle. And each time that the students had finished that task, one had failed. And this was teaching them that basically eliminating their a misconception. So they made a rectangle. Everyone knew how to make a square. It was a square, even sides. One student messed up, but when she would do this, she eliminated the idea of an already engraved conception of squares and rectangles. And so she challenged their misconceptions. That's the next question. They challenged their misconceptions because when she challenged the rectangle question, so she said, what makes a rectangle? And they said, 2 small sides, 2 long sides. So she challenged that by saying, well, actually, you're wrong. And that makes students go, what? I'm wrong? I've always known rectangles to be like this. So she was like, no, it goes based off the angle, and that a square is just a even-sided rectangle. And then so in the second video, I selected one effective mathematics teaching practice for that one. So those are the younger kids. I said that she was posing purposeful questions. So instead of making the younger kids feel like they're failing, she would ask driving questions like, what makes this shape similar to this shape? And those are questions the kid's going to be like, this is a circle, this is a triangle, what makes them similar? And so that they had to problem solve and kind of work through and figure out what made them similar, because they probably never thought that they were similar because they were 2 different shapes. So she did a good job posing really in-depth questions. And then describing how I noticed the progression of geometry. So I said that they were younger, so I was they were learning the dimension of shapes and how they correlate together. So basically a circle and a triangle. Circle has no points or lines. A triangle does, but they're laying flat on a table. I mean, they're both shapes. They're both 2-dimensional. And then how similar and different shapes are. So not only that's the biggest similarity, but also acknowledging differences too. So a circle is flat, so is a triangle. They're both shapes, but a circle has no lines, a triangle does. And then that leads the gate opening to learning about shapes.